really dark. Hang on. Is it just me? It's really dark. Why is it so dark? Catch me. Ah, that's better. Hello. I tried something new. I've tagged everyone in it, which I didn't know you could do. So I don't know if that's worked or not. Let's see. Okay. It's really not important. If anybody misses it live, it's fine. But it's good to watch back. So I want to get straight into it really, just for those who are watching it back. I don't want them to get bored. I'll just wait 1 minute. Let me have a fell off my chair. Done a Lisa. I've not really written any notes, so I'm just going to go through it. I find that I forget things. If I sit and write notes, I'll forget what I want to say and it won't come out right. So right, let's just go for it. Nick's here. Hi Nick. Let's just go for it. So a lot of you are probably wondering how you can get more friends on your profile without being a bit of a stalker, without having to go and friend people that you don't know. It can be a bit daunting sometimes. That's one of the things I struggled with when I first started network marketing. I had about 300 friends before I started network marketing, and it took me over a year to get to my limit, my 5,000 limit, because I didn't like adding people. I'd accept everybody, which is also a big mistake, because a lot of people, it's not worth accepting them because they're not going to help your business at all. So this is just sort of more about who we can add and who is going to be better for our business for us to add, and where we can find them and how it can make us money. So the way I find most of my friends is through groups of interest. So this is something that not many uplines will teach. I think it's quite a new thing. A lot of uplines will teach you to go out and find network marketers, to go out and find people with loads of mutual friends, like Lisa was saying this morning. That's not a good idea, because if you've got loads and loads of mutual friends, if you're friends with network marketers and you've got loads of mutual friends with these people, you're going to be finding that they already know all of this. They'll probably know about Vida. They'll know about working from home and stuff like that. We want to find people who are new. Okay, so it can be a bit more difficult when you recruit people who've never done this before, because obviously you've got to start again. But sometimes it's better because you're teaching them the right way. And a lot of people, you'll find, if they've been doing this before, they will have been trained wrong. And it's harder to train people out of something that they're used to than it is to train people from scratch. So, but current network marketers are a really good place to start to sort of build your team and get it going itself for a bit. But then when you're really looking for leaders and people to really take this on as a business, you want to be extending your network to people who aren't necessarily, you know, have loads and loads and loads of mutual friends. Okay, so the way I do it is through groups of interest. So basically I will go into groups for, I've got a beagle, so I will go, that's my beagle. I will go into groups for people with beagles. They do like meet-up groups and stuff like that. I don't go to any of them because none of them are around here. But I'll go into groups. They'll be like, post a picture of your beagle, like the pictures, blah, blah, blah. And people will add you. If you get interactive with them, if you start talking to them and say, so I did a post in my beagle group the other day, and I said, Is there anybody from the UK? Whereabouts in the UK are you from? I got about 60 comments on it saying I'm from here, I'm from here, I'm from here. And I got about 7 people add me, which doesn't sound much, but this is 7 people who I've found through not talking about my business, not talking about my products. They're not network marketers. They had no mutual friends, and they've added me. So now they're seeing all my stuff. So these people, they don't have, there's no network marketers that I can see on their profile. They might not know about network marketing. They might not know that there's a way that they can work from home and earn money from home. They might not know about these amazing products that we've got. This is 7 new people who could be customers. They could be recruits. That's how you need to think about it, right? So you don't have to just message them straight away. You can just say, thank you for adding me. And then I ask them a question about their beagles, because obviously that's the connection point that we've got. If you've got a connection point, it's so much easier to get a conversation started and to hold a conversation with them. So that's why groups of interest are best. So if you like horse riding, if you like swimming, if you like running, if you like boxing, get into groups. Try and get them to be sort of small-ish, possibly local groups, because then obviously you've got that connection as well. That's another connection point, so you don't have to just sit and talk about boxing constantly. And also I'm a part of a group for, and this might sound a bit crude, it's not. This is not something that I joined because I wanted to find customers through there, but I found that through this group I have made a lot of new friends, and a couple of them have turned into customers. That was not the intention. That was not the intention before. But I am part of a couple of groups actually, which are to do with dementia, dementia awareness, carers for people with dementia. My nanny had dementia. I can't talk about it too much because it will make me cry. It's almost 2 years now since she passed away. So I joined those groups just for a bit of support. I don't know anybody else who has gone through it, obviously, apart from my family. So I joined these groups just for a bit of support, and also to offer a bit of support as well for those who haven't yet lost their loved ones. Obviously, I've been through it, so I can offer a bit of support there. So that was the intention of me joining that group. I would never join that group to try and get customers. That's just, that's wrong. But I made a lot of new friends through that group as well. And obviously the connection point was the fact that we had family members going through this awful disease, and it built up and built up and built up with a couple of them, and 2 of them turned into customers just because they had seen what I was posting. I hadn't mentioned it to them once. I wouldn't do that. I couldn't do that over that topic. It's just not right. But they had seen my post and they asked me about it. So obviously I'm not going to say, no, sorry, I don't really want you to be my customer because of the whole dementia thing. But that's how that happened. So it doesn't have to be you make friends with these people and then you're in their inbox and you're making friends with them and then you're like, by the way, this is my business. If you're chatting to them on a message, that's up in your relevancy. If you're liking their stuff, that's up in your relevancy. If you haven't looked at relevancy before, check Lisa's from this morning, Lisa's live. She talked about relevancy, and it is huge. And you don't realise how huge it is until you actually start doing it and you see results from it. It's incredible that not many people are teaching relevancy. So it's a fundamental part of the business, really. So that is briefly extending your network. Okay, get into groups of interest. Get into, oh, my battery's going already. Get into groups of interest. So like I say, horse riding. If you like horse riding, find some groups that are quite local to you that are for people who like horse riding. Connect with people, chat to them, talk to them on their posts. If they post, just have a little chat with them in the comments, and that can later on move over to personal messages, and then that can move over to friend requests, blah blah blah. Another great place to find people, and this is for when you're looking for people who are already doing network marketing or who've already done network marketing, a great place to find these people are on top network marketers or top business mentors pages. So everybody must know Eric Worre, everybody must know Ray Higdon, everybody must know Robert Kiyosaki, all those sort of people. Go onto their pages. Whoever's commenting on their stuff is obviously on that page because they're in network marketing or they're in business. They're obviously coachable because these are coaches and mentors. So they're obviously coachable. They're looking to learn more. They're obviously inspired by these people. they agree with network marketing, else they would not be there. Let's face it, they wouldn't be there if they thought network marketing was a load of... So these are people who don't need any convincing. These are people who don't need any explanation on what network marketing is and what it can do for you, right? So these are great people to get because they're already there. They're already in it. They already understand it. They already agree with it. So do the same sort of thing with them. Comment on what they're saying. Go to... This is something that I actually learned from Ray Higdon's wife. I did a course with Jessica Higdon. This course cost quite a lot of money, you know, and it got a lot of value out as well. So I wanted to share some of it with you guys because I feel like Lisa always says how she spent 2 years in network marketing. She says she failed, but I don't agree with that. I don't agree that she's failed at all because she says she's learned from those 2 years in network marketing, which I really like. So Lisa's using her experience to save you guys from not having to experience that failure that she experienced for 2 years. So you've kind of got a bit of a fast track there. And I'm using all the courses. I've spent thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds on courses over the years. Not even over the years, probably over the last year, if that. And I want to share what I learned with you guys without copyright infringement, obviously. For legal reasons, I better say that. So you guys don't... I mean, self-development is very important, and it's one of the most important and valuable things you can invest your money in. But I do want to try and sort of save you guys from spending too much money on that because I've done it and I can share it with you. So I'm going to start doing that a lot more. But with this one that I did with Jessica Higdon, right, so we talked about the first message formula. So this is a message that you can send to people. So you're not pitching, you're not spamming, but you don't know these people, you've never met these people, you've never interacted with these people before. So how do you introduce yourself? How do you say who you are? How do you get that first message out without sounding like a complete weirdo? So the first message formula, and I'll write this down and I'll put it in the group as well because it's really important to get it right. This is for a personal message, okay? So always start with their name so that they can see that it's not been copy and pasted. Obviously you can copy and paste the rest of it if you wanted to, and they'll never know that. But if you're just going, hey, oh my God, I've seen this, blah, 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 it's like, how many people did you just send that to? So that's why there's a couple of things in here that are quite personal so that people can be reassured that you haven't just copied and pasted it. So, hey, name. Always say their name. Why you're messaging. So there has to be a reason to it. Don't say extending my network. Don't say looking for new customers, looking for new recruits. That would just be ridiculous. They're not going to come back. Say why your messages. So I usually say, if I've seen them on so-and-so's page, say I've seen them on Ray Higdon's page, I'll say to them, I loved your comment on blah, 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 blah. I thought that was, you know, I thought that was really, really good, what you said there. Then you want to go for a compliment. So you want to say, you come across really professional the way you say that. Don't kiss ass. Don't go too far with it. Don't be like, you are incredible. I just love everything about you. You make me so happy. We've never spoken before, but, you know, that's just too much. Okay, so while you're messaging, I saw your comment. Compliment, I thought it was really great. You got it bang on. With, you know, we have a really similar mindset. Connection point. I also follow so-and-so. Who did I say? Ray Higdon. I also follow Ray Higdon. You know, I think he's great. I think what he says is bang on. Question. Always end with a question so that they have to come back to you. So just say, how long have you been following Ray for? Or how long have you been in the industry? Or something like that. Don't say, what company are you with? Because then they're going to know what you're doing, right? So that is how you do it. You just say, hey, Jeff, saw your comment on Ray Higdon's page. Really liked it. I totally agree with it. I follow Ray Higdon as well. How long have you been following him for? It's that simple. So that doesn't apply to everyone. Obviously, you're not going to have found everyone on Ray Higdon's page, but that's the main message that you want to be sending to people, to just connect with them for that first time, right? Go to find friends on Facebook and you can set a criteria. I think you can only do that on the computer, so maybe if you can go onto a computer or a laptop or something like that, you can try that. Don't message everyone and their brother. Don't copy and paste, ever. Don't ever copy and paste. You just run the risk of calling someone by the wrong name, or, you know, a connection point that's wrong. If you found someone on Eric Warren's page, you say, I saw you on Ray Higdon's page. They're like, oh, I'm not on Ray Higdon's page. I'm like, oh, copy, paste, copy, paste. Okay. Don't friend request too quickly either. Facebook doesn't like that at all. Okay. Send some messages throughout the day. So I usually aim for about 50 messages to new people in the day. Take your time, find out things that you have in common. Don't just do the first message formula and be like, brilliant, they've come back to me. So, I'm with this company, I sell these products, what do you do? Okay, don't go too quickly. Build a relationship. It does take time. It does take time. But it's worth it in the end, because you're getting these people, and you can kind of do a bit of a screening as well. So you don't have to chat away to people who aren't going to be any good for your business. You get to know them quite quickly when you do it this way, and you get to know if they'd be a good fit for your business or not. Obviously you can't judge people, but you do get the idea generally. Okay, and just ask if you can friend request them. Just say, do you mind if I pop you a friend request? You know, I'd love to see more of your stuff on my timeline, especially if they haven't got the follow button activated, which everybody should, by the way. So I usually send about 50 messages a day to new people. I will probably add, how many people do I add? Through that process, from the groups and the pages, I'll probably add about 20 people a day. So it could be 50. 50 would be better, but I do not have the time to do that. So that's the best idea, is to just block out an hour of your day and just go through these groups and go through pages and stuff like that. Find people, interact with them, try and get a friend request out of them first. If you don't want to friend request them, try and move them over to a personal message. It's really good to do that, right? What else did I want to talk about? And obviously make sure that your profile is looking good as well. When you're friend requesting people, when you're messaging people, they're going to have a little look at your profile while you're talking to them. They're going to be like, who's this? They're going to look at your profile, so make sure there's something good there for them to see, right? So that's the first message formula. Really important, because you don't want to turn people off before you've even had a chance to chat with them. Okay, so it goes into other friend requests. Take your time. There was something I was going to say. I know what I was going to say. I'm going to put this away now. It's all me coming out now. What I do, I need to get another folder. Hold on. Right. This is what I do with people. This is something that, who was it? Julia in Team Strong suggested, and it is a really good idea. So, one sec, sorry. Sorry, I took everything out of this folder when I went to Costa, so I don't want to take a massive folder to Costa. So I need to just pop it back in. Right. Okay. So this is something that Julia taught us in Team Strong. Really, really effective. And it's really good for organisation. I know, go away. Right. So I have a folder. And this is my, I haven't named it, this is my talk to people folder, right? So what I've got in here, I've got 3 blank sheets, okay? First blank sheet is who I'm talking to. This is just literally my daily contact sheet. So I try and do 50 a day. So I think there's 10 or 11 on here. So I try and do 5 pages a day of people. So what I do is I put their name, I put how I've contacted them, so it's going to be Facebook Messenger, it's going to be LinkedIn, whatever. I put whether they respond, I put whether they're going to be a good fit for a teamie or a customer. I put if they're with a company already, I put the current company there, and then just any notes, so anything that I think to write down. So I do that every day for everybody I speak to, everybody, right? That then goes, I've then got, I should have done a separate live for this, it's really it's quite intense, but it's really simple once you started. I've got 1 to 31 dividers, right? So in every day, I'm going to go in. So say it's the first, go to the first. That's where I'm going to put my sheet, this sheet from the first, right? So if someone comes to me and I'm like, I haven't spoke to them for ages, I don't think, I can flick back and I can say, I spoke to them on the 3rd, because they're in the 3rd section, right? Then I've got a prospect sheet. This is my prospect sheet, okay? So on the prospect sheet, I've got name, telephone number, main method of contact, so that's going to be Facebook Messenger or LinkedIn. I've got goals. So if they say to me, because this is why you need to be getting to know people. You need to get to know people. If they've said to me that they want to go on holiday in 2018, I'll put that on there. Pains. If they've said to me, oh, I really want to take my kids here, but I can't afford it, I'll put that there. And then developments. So if they say to me, let's have a look at the comp plan, what date they said it and what they said, what they asked me, and whether I've sent it, obviously. Okay? So that prospect sheet is for when things start to turn good with that person, when things start to seem like they're sort of getting interested. So then that sheet, once I've done that, sorry, what hair? Once I've filled that sheet out, that sheet will go into, say I spoke to them on the 3rd, I'll give them a couple of days, I'll probably give them 3 or 4 days, so I'll put that sheet in the 7th. Then on the 7th, I'll look in the 7th and say, what have I got to do today? And their sheet will be there and I'll remember to follow up with them. So easy, right? And I've also got one for customers as well. So if someone sort of expressed some interest in one of the products, I've got one for customers. So obviously their goals is important, because it could be weight loss, it could be clear skin, it could be better sex. So I'll put that in there. And then what they purchase as well. So if they purchase something and they've purchased, say, a week trial, I'll put that in there, and then I'll push that sheet forward a week. So in a week, I'll know to get back in touch with them. Right? It's so easy. If you have somebody who says to you, yeah, I am definitely interested, but I don't get paid until the 1st of next month, I've got something for that too. If you go to the end of the 1 to 31 dividers, you've got January to December. So if they say to me, yeah, I think I will sign up, but I'm going to have to wait till next month, I'll put their sheet in March, isn't it? Yeah, April. I'll put their sheet in April. So as soon as April comes round and everything from 1 to 31 gets taken out and put in March, I've already got someone there, look, for March, because they said that they wanted to buy some tea next month. Once that comes round, all these 1 to 31s will come and go into March. I will flick open April, and I'll take April out, and I'll put them in the 1 to 31s accordingly. That makes sense, right? You have to comment if it doesn't, because I'll come and check the comments later and I'll explain anything. But so, if I just show you an example, I did this all February. So in my February thingy, the jig, in my February divider, I've got, yeah, everyone that I spoke to in February. So obviously that one's not full because it was the last sheet of that day. But this is full, this is full, this is full, this is full. This is everyone that I spoke to in February. There's loads, okay? I try and do 50 a day. Definitely didn't do 50 a day in February, but things were incredibly busy. I probably did, crikey, loads. But that's how it works, okay? So that was just a very, very quick, brief, you know, explanation of that. But it's really good to have one of these, okay? Try and get one. Get your folder, get your 1 to 31 dividers, get your January to December filing thingy, and just keep track of everyone that you're speaking to. And then you know, every day you open up the day that you're on. So we're on, what are we on now? I don't even know. So I'll just pretend we're on the 17th because I ain't got a clue. So you open up your 17th on the 17th, and you've got pretty much a list there of who you need to contact, who you need to follow up with. That's really key, because I've never been so proactive on messaging people as I have been since I started doing this. It really does make a difference. So what I'll do is I'll put the sheets that I use in. I'm just going to check how much battery I've got. I can't, it won't let me. Ugh. Yeah, I'll put those sheets in the group so you guys can just print them off. But yeah, it's really, really important to get some sort of system going for that. To chat to people, it really is more than just chatting to people. This is a business at the end of the day. This is not just selling tea and getting others to sell tea. This is a business, and the sooner you treat it like a business, the sooner it's going to pay you like a business. So that's pretty much all I've got for you guys at the minute. I don't want to overload you all with loads of stuff because it doesn't work like that. It will just go. So, oh, that was scary. Wind just opened the door by itself. So yeah, I don't want to overload you guys, but anything that you do want to know, just pop it in the chat. Everyone should be in the chat, I think. So just pop it in the chat. Anyone will be willing to help you. Rewatch this if you need to. Sorry, it went on a lot longer than I wanted it to. It was always the way. I might come on again later on to do something else. We're trying to sort of pack this weekend full of training so we can really hit the week hard. We're going to go really hard on recruitment in April, from the 1st of April. So what is that, next Saturday? Next Friday, next Saturday? I never know what the day is. Calendar. It's next Saturday. So we're really going to go hard with recruiting next Saturday onwards for the whole month. So it's going to be really exciting. So let's get your teams growing. Let's get loads of products sold. It's a really good day. It's beautiful. And tracking's all coming through. Everything's being shipped. Everything's happening so much quicker. So could not be more excited, guys. So get back onto it as much as you can. If you've slowed down a little bit because of the tracking issues and stuff like that, get back onto it now. This is the time. So yeah, we'll chat soon.